So, I will be talking about the struggle I'm going through as I'm trying to build my company by myself. No staff. I do have advisors I call and have access to, but I'm doing the majority of the legwork myself. So, the main thing that comes to mind is that I have to keep myself motivated. I got to keep myself motivated as I called an investor early today, and he didn't like the figures that I spoke to him on a multifamily apartment building. Okay, so we spoke about a one family home that's for short sale, but he's a numbers guy, and I totally understand that. So you have to cater to your investors immediately, and he wants to see the numbers, Excel spreadsheet. He has to see the numbers, operating expenses, everything. So I have not used Excel in a while. So now I turn to the number one tool possible, and that is YouTube. So I went on YouTube, looked up videos on Excel, and I saw how they did the calculations for your rent, your utilities, everything, and now I have a clear understanding of how to build that. So I would be doing that tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, in between eating, I will be working on that specifically. And by Sunday, as I told him, I will email him. Um, I'm going to try to get 5 presentations, Excel spreadsheets depicting a property that I want to purchase. And hopefully, one of those properties he agrees with, and as he would normally bring it to his financial planners, and they would say yes or no, and hopefully I get that yes. So I think the first step for many investors is that once they give you their money, you're able to return it to them without any issues, without any delays, and it's a decent rate of return and a decent timeline, say 3 months. But that 3 months, you have to keep them up to date on what you're doing, at least weekly emails or monthly emails, but it has to be very well written and outlining specifically what you did. And I know sooner or later I will get a yes. I'll get that first deposit, and I'm able to move forward. I have a lawyer now. I'm very happy about that. I have a lawyer that we have a verbal agreement. He would be drafting up a contract for me to sign, stating his fee and also his retainer fee. And I have an accountant, and I have 3 more advisors. So I will not lose sight of those multifamily properties in Newark, New Jersey. There are not a lot of qualified buyers out there, and sometimes these buildings have issues, mechanical issues, or issues with their tenants. So I have to keep that in mind. But you ask the biggest property owner, you always have headaches. There's always a phone call. You always have your super calling you saying, hey, the sink broke, or the boiler broke down, or there was an issue with a tenant. So you have to roll with it. My intent is to grow this business, Lewis Global Holdings, and the other businesses that I have in the pipeline, to grow them to $1 million level. And I am going to push myself to see how fast and how soon I could get at that point, and with the assistance of my investors, how quickly I could get at that point. Quickly meaning stable. That does not mean sloppy. You have to be specific and accurate in how you're building your brand, and know that everyone is watching you. You know, once you go to your bank, once you go to your lawyer, your accountants, they're looking at you to scale up. And that's what I'm looking to do. So this weekend, it's more homework, it's more research, but I'm going to document all of the properties and then add the Excel component to them. and that's what I would be presenting to the investors.